So welcome to this short video series, a part of our short video series. So we'll be covering today the basic concepts in inventory management. So we'll be covering something like definition of inventory, purpose of inventory, cost associated with the inventory, and then there is something called total stocking cost concept, and then EOQ. Economic ordering quantity, how to calculate a EOQ. So definition of inventory. Inventory is the stock of any item or resource used in the organization, and basically can include, it can be a raw material, it can be finished goods, it can be a component parts, supplies, and work in process, like work in process or work in progress. We can the semi-finished items also comes under inventory. So all these types of material comes under inventory. So purpose of inventory is to maintain independence of operation. Like you try to give that flexibility between the operations. When you keep the inventory in the process, you are trying to give that little freedom to those different operations to meet variation in the product demand. So when you keep the inventory, basically you are trying to observe the variations in the product demand. And third, very important, to allow flexibility in the production scheduling. So when you maintain inventory, it's like you give the more flexibility in scheduling. That automatically comes when you when you maintain a certain level of inventory in the production system. To provide a safeguard for a variation in raw material delivery time. So many times, not only just demand, it's basically from the sourcing side also, there is a lot of fluctuation happens, variation in the delivery time from the supplier side. To observe that type of shocks, you need to maintain a certain level of inventory to safeguard for variation in raw material supply from the supplier. So to take advantage of economic purchase order size, like when you some items you get discounts in the market. When you procure the item from the open market, you from the suppliers, they give a discount. So to take advantage of that, you procure and keep that stock. So in nutshell, these are the 5 points we need to remember. Actually, cater to when we maintain the inventory, it is basically catering to the organization objectives. So inventory system is inventory management is different. A little, basically inventory system also comes under inventory management. Inventory system is a set of guidelines, rules, and techniques adopted in an organization to manage inventory effectively and communicate it to all the stakeholders of organization. In an inventory system basically it's like a thumb rule. Basically set the inventory system is a set of policies and controls that monitor levels of inventory and determines what level should be maintained and when stock should be replenished and how large orders should be ordered. See, this is like in organization, different levels, levels of, levels like a store supervisors or the people in the production, the people, in the warehouse, different, groups. You want to basically communicate to all those people about inventory policies. So you set some rules. So you communicate across the organization through inventory system. That is actually called a simple, easily adaptable system you try to create, so that easy to communicate, easy to maintain those standards. So inventory cost is, we have seen the inventory definition, we have seen inventory, different types of inventories. We have seen inventory system, and then we'll see now inventory costs. Why so much focus on inventory? There is something is very important thing associated with inventory is inventory cost. So when you keep the stock in a warehouse, it's your money is locked. So you take a loan from the bank and you pay interest. The money is given to the supplier, and you are keeping that stock in the warehouse. That is called a holding cost. So cost of storage, handling, insurance, etc. comes under holding cost. There is a, in a production system, setup cost, production change cost, costs associated with the setup change, arranging specific equipment setups. Like if you are a process industry, like you are changing from a product A to product B, like a typical like paint shop. So paint manufacturing company, Asian Paints. So example, you take the Asian Paints. Suppose if they want to change the line from the red to blue color, so they need to clean up the entire system before shift to blue color. So that, like that, if you go to any other processing industry, there is something called a very specific thing. You spend some time and effort to change the entire setup to make the product. So second product or third product, fourth product, like there is a cost associated with that. That is called setup cost. Same in discrete manufacturing also. When you change the product specifications or product type in the production line, you need to change the jigs and fixtures. You need to change the settings in the manufacturing, in the machine. All those things actually cost something. That is called setup cost. So there is an ordering cost associated with this inventory. So when you maintain inventory, there is a group of people who is involved in identifying the suppliers, identifying the quality parameters, and negotiating those suppliers and visiting those places, placing an order and getting that sample, testing those products and certifying those suppliers. All those things associated with this ordering cost. So cost of someone placing an order, basically cost associated with those ordering. Shortage cost, cost of canceling an order. Like suppose you are going to a retail outlet, and if there is you want to place an order, you want to purchase a t-shirt, but a t-shirt that specification is not available. That is called the customer definitely will go to some other retail outlet. So that is called shortage cost. Same thing when the customer is ready to purchase, but you don't have the stock. So because of shortage, you are incurring some cost. You are losing the revenue. Basically, you are indirectly you are losing the profit. There are two important costs associated with the inventory costs. One is, even though we discussed four, we'll be highlighting those two costs, very important cost factors in this total stocking cost. One is ordering cost. When you place a more order, when the ordering size is more, the ordering cost will come down over a period of time. You are placing less orders, and ordering quantity may be more. So x-axis is ordering quantity, y-axis is the cost shown here. So if you see that ordering thing, when your ordering size increases, the ordering number of orders also reduces. The total cost also, ordering cost also reduces. So you can see that it's like inversely proportional. If the ordering quantity increases, your ordering cost reduces with the ordering size. So similarly, there is a direct proportional, that is called holding cost. Holding cost is a direct. It's like direct proportional to the quantity. So when you increase the quantity size, ordering size, the holding cost proportionately increases. So we are showing this in proportionately increasing. So these two cost component goes into the total cost, stocking cost. We call total stocking cost in inventory language. So we are interested to minimize the total cost of holding. We are not interested just holding cost. We are not interested in just ordering cost. We combined these two factors, that is called total stocking cost. So total, we are interested. We want to incur less cost, less cost when we handle the inventory. So in the total cost curve, the objective is to see the minimum lowest point. So the lowest point is the bottommost point. Corresponding that is the lowest cost. So the corresponding to that, there is a quantity associated with that. That is called Q opt, optimum quantity. When you place an order with this quantity, you are going to incur the lowest total stocking cost. So if you write that in an equation form, so we'll go to that. Basically, by adding the item, holding and ordering cost together, we determine the total cost curve, which in turn used to find Q opt inventory ordering point that minimizes the total cost. So in a nutshell, this is the equation. We write a total cost, total stocking cost, we can call total annual cost, different terms used in different different textbooks, but we generally take a total cost, total stocking cost, TSC, sometime TC also fine. So basic fixed ordering quantity model formula. This is actually model for the fixed ordering quantity, EOQ model we call. So here D is a demand, C is the cost per unit. You can see all those parameters defined here. Ordering quantity, CO is cost of placing an order, and R is a reorder point, and L is the lead time. CH is a annual holding cost and storage cost per unit of inventory. So when you see this total cost, this one is basically a more of fixed thing. Annual purchase cost, you know the demand, you know the price of that item. So you just add this component to the this variable cost components. So in the second component, annual ordering cost, how we get annual demand is D, and divided by the quantity you order, So D by Q means number of orders into ordering cost for one order, CO into CO. So it gives the total annual ordering cost plus Q by 2. Why Q by 2? Q is your quantity ordering. Over a period, it becomes 0. So what is the average inventory you maintain? That is called Q by 2. So you start with the Q, and you start using that inventory, and it reaches 0 level, and over a period, so Q to 0. So Q plus 0 by 2. That is called average inventory you maintain over a period. So Q by 2 into CH. CH is a holding cost per unit per year. Annual holding and storage cost. So this entire thing is components related to 1 year. So for a total number of orders into ordering cost, and over a period, 1 year period, what is the average inventory you maintain in the stock, Q by 2, and into CH, that is a holding cost. So if you put together all this, that becomes your total annual cost. So when you differentiate this equation with respect to Q, the total cost equation with respect to Q, you equate this left hand side with the 0, because that is the bottommost point on the total cost curve. So the uh, the uh, the the uh, slope of that curve at that bottommost point is 0. So you are equating the left hand side with 0, and take out the q quantity, q value, q from this equation, and that is actually q opt. If you rearrange the formula, you can get the q value. That is actually, I said, the equating with the 0, that is called slope, and trying to calculate q opt. That is the bottommost point on the total cost curve. So q opt is 2 into d into co by ch, that square root of 2 into d, annual demand, into ordering cost by annual holding cost per unit. This is ch is per unit, this co is per order. So then square root of this thing is, it gives you the q opt. That is called economic ordering quantity. We call economic ordering quantity. That is the lowest point on the total cost curve. So related to that, you are calculating the quantity, ordering quantity. So reorder point is a more of like, when to place an order before it reaches 0 level in inventory. You try to place an order in advance. So that is actually how we calculate that point, is a d average into L. D average is average daily demand into lead time. How much time it takes once if you know the lead time, how much time is going to take to replenish your stock, that period into the average consumption, average daily demand. So put together d average into L, it gives the reorder point. When it reaches our reorder point and inventory level, you place an order, you trigger an order for the fresh lot. So this way, it's a reorder point is calculated. Points will be getting into those details. So reorder point is very important to place an order, like to tell us when to place an order. We will be using some examples to understand these concepts, whatever we discussed today. Thank you.